Hi friends, Wizdy here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. Is Raid actually mistreating older players? Or is it dependent on how lucky or unlucky you are? If we look at a free-to-play account like Boozers, for example, managing resources well and everything, he got crazy lucky with some pulls that enabled him to be at such in-game states. What if you've been playing for over 2-3 years and you didn't get this lucky? Can you still enjoy the game? Yes, you'll get Marius, Lydia, Mithrala, and lots of other very strong champions. So let's examine my account now and see how lucky or unlucky I was. I'll discuss it with you because this is a major factor when you think about older player in the game and how much they're enjoying it, why they are dropping all the time and all of that stuff. I did some counting before the video, so I won't waste your time. So we'll look at my roster, but we'll look at some very specific numbers here. The game today, at the time of this recording, because of course they are releasing more champions all the time, got 341 Legos, legendary champions and mythical champions combined together. There are 24 mythicals out of those, and the rest of those 341 are all legendaries, whether they are non-void Legos or void Legos. 24 mythicals, 237 non-void Legos, and 80 void Legos are in the game today. So if you're managing your resources properly and you're not a whale, you're not buying packs and spending a ton of money, how many of those will you get over time, pulling at the right time and all of that good stuff? If we look at my account here, and I'm not counting dupes yet because that's a major factor of how disappointed you are. On my account, out of that total of 341, I got 186. So I'm still missing 86 non-void Legos and 46 void Legos. I've got very lucky with void Legos, but I also got very unlucky. I remember at least 2 times, if not 3, during my time of playing Raid, that I got 2 void Legos from less than 50 void shards. In a couple of examples, it was from less than 20. I got crazy lucky there, also on my alt account, but that's a different story. But what I'm talking about here is that I got lucky, but why am I saying I still got unlucky? Because out of those 34 void Legos that I do own, unique ones, I pulled like 4 Angars and 3 Kronars, which is really bad because I would have preferred other void Legos, of course. And some of them, by the way, were from just fusions or guaranteed events. Considering my account level and I'm managing my resources properly, having only 2 mythicals that are both guaranteed, like I didn't pull a single mythical from a primal shard or from that other one, what do they call it now? Remnant Summon. I didn't pull a mythical from either. I got very unlucky. If we talk about mythicals, I got very unlucky. For an account, like if I compare it to my alt account, which got moderate good luck there, though way less primal shards, I pulled at least double the number of primals because I'm more active on my main account and I can acquire more from the game. But still, because my alt account is luckier, I got 2 mythicals plus the guaranteed ones. Trixia and Frolny, while here I only got the guaranteed. So for me, my mythical luck and the Ascension is very, very disappointing. Why? Because I cannot push deeper into endgame as I would like. Ascension and mythicals increase the gap between Krakens. Like you can only continue enjoying the game at the super endgame level if you spend a ton of money on the game. And that's where the gap widens. In the first 2-3 years, you'll be fine. You'll have a lot of fun whether you're spending money or not. Like, let's talk about the Ascension, for example. Like, that Blind Seer was lucky. So I maxed her just because I have those 6-star souls for Centranos and all of that stuff. Blind Seer is okay, but she's been power crept. She's not even geared properly. This was a lucky pull here. But this one I bought from the shop. This one I bought from the shop. Martyr was a good pull actually. This one I bought from the shop. Guaranteed event. What else? Guaranteed event, guaranteed event, guaranteed event, guaranteed event. So almost all of my impactful high-level Ascension champions, I got them from guaranteed events, which is good and bad. Good in the sense of, yes, the game gives you, if you dump a ton of resources and get bored waiting for the right event, you will get this to this level. Surprise, surprise. But I think at a certain level, the RNG, when it becomes too much, it just spoils how much you're enjoying the game. If we check my void Legos here, we'll see that I sold 2 Angars to get my Fushan for my ultimate unkillable team because I was very frustrated. I pulled 2 Vizix, more than what the game gave me for the 9 months login, and I just fed them to Lydia because I was frustrated. Also, there is no use for them. And I also pulled like a couple of Coronars. If we see, I might have sold one also for Fushan. Duplicate Void Legos are really frustrating. I have 3 Santas. I might make this Santa a +2 because there is nothing else to be done here. There's also some of the stronger Void Legos on my account, like Mithrala, Lamasu, Lady Noel, Lydia, Marius, of course. All of these were guaranteed. And I think I got a second copy of Vlad, but Vlad was mainly a fusion. So some of these were from guaranteed events. So that of course decreases the number of champions I actually got from shards. If we check some stats, talk about gear, because getting better gear is dumping hundreds of dollars into gems to farm gear. I've done my good amount of farming here. So to put my Marius a 9-piece Slayer, I've got him to almost 300% crit damage, 5.4k defense. So this is low compared to like other in-game players who got luckier with gear or did more farming than myself here. And then 300 accuracy. So that's not so bad, but that's my best gear set for a defense-based champion and 9-piece Slayer. If we look, for example, at my Fabian, who is in 4-piece, so that's my best pinpoint gear for him. 340 speed, a bit low, 700 accuracy. That's the best stats I can put on such a champion. Probably should make him a little bit faster and lower accuracy, but just to give you an idea about like the limits of my gear. If we check an attack-based champion, I think it will be my Georgid and Lethal here. So Georgid is 230 speed, a bit low for such a champion, 330 crit damage and 6.8k attack. These stats, if we talk endgame, if I'm doing more farming or I got luckier or I dumped money into buying gems and all of that stuff, that should be 8k, 350 plus crit damage and 280 speed, for example. These stats are the limit of my gear. If we look at Rotos, because I tried to enhance him a couple of times, so Rotos is one of the rare champions who get benefit from attack and HP, so this is a combination. Over 50k HP and 5.4k attack. He's super slow with 280% crit damage. That's not good enough. If we talk about a proper Rotos build for today, it should be above 230 at least speed, 6 to 7k attack with 60k HP and over 330 at least crit damage. But again, that's the limit of my gear. If you're playing this game long term, for 2+ years, I've been playing since probably the beginning of 2020. If you don't get lucky or spend a ton of money, the game will become more and more boring and you'll start getting more and more disappointed as time goes by. Because in the beginning, every good epics are falling way behind now, and every good Lego will make you excited. But once you start building your roster, pulling a mid-tier Lego won't make you excited anymore because he won't help you progress anywhere. If you pull a 1 or 2 star soul for a champion that you have, that's not good enough. You want the 5-star or 6-star souls, or at least a 4-star, so that they are impactful. So again, like for example, tomorrow, probably these videos will be released after each other. I've got all of these souls saved. I've pulled more last time and I got almost nothing out of them. Maybe the 6-star martyr was the best of it. But we're opening all of these tomorrow for the Deck of Fate and the increased chances of 6-star souls. No rarity guarantee, of course. Let's see what we'll get. Mythicals is a different story. If it's not a Sigfriend or a Crixia or a Galathier, you will be disappointed. This was your rare chance from the primal shards to get a mythical and you wasted it on a mid-tier mythical. Same for Void Legos. If you get a Void Lego, you don't want it to be one of the bad ones. You don't want it to be a dupe of a champion that you already had or that you got from a fusion. That's why I think most players, unless they are spending money or they get super lucky or they are creating content for the game like me, will probably stop playing after 2 years. Raid is very successful in making the game interesting if you have the right champion, and in the first 2 years definitely you'll have lots of fun, you'll have options and progress and enjoy the game. But beyond that, it's going to be totally dependent on either your luck or your wallet. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for stopping by today and I'll see you in the next one.